Good morning. Got my, I guess, unofficial shirt, but I bought it at the post office. But I like the t-shirt. It actually, it's lighter on you, and when I sweat, it dries better. And the other shirts dry too, but it feels when you sweat in I like it. Um, I'm behaving myself financially still. Happy about that. Um, it's funny, It's like I'm getting mail from like all the credit card companies. It's like I'm not gonna go back into doing that in my life. I'm not gonna. You know, having an available credit balance when something happens, it's just really hard not to use it. So if you don't have the credit available, it's easier, obviously, not to use it. Simple tactic to avoid using credit is not to have it. Uh, yeah, I've been having this cold for the last 2 weeks. It's not a fever in my head, it's just in my throat. And I ran. I'm doing well in the running, but that kind of made it worse. So I'm not going to run today. Break in service coming up. I have my jury duty at the same time. It sucks. I'll just tell them I'm like really prejudiced, judgmental. And they can bounce me out of there. You don't want me as a juror. So yeah, things are going well. I haven't drove for Uber in a while, but I'm going back to it. Once things dial back, and now I can, dedicate Sundays to doing delivery. I'm not going to drive people around. I got 95,000 miles on this vehicle. It's still running well. It's $17,000 to pay on it. I'm hoping by the end of this year, I'm going to have this paid off. I'm going to strive to do that. I applied to transfer the title over my other vehicle. That'll save me the renewal of registration, and that saves me the insurance money. So that'll save me money, which I can put towards the car. That'll help. I'll trim down the daggone phone bill. I have a family plan. I just trim everything down, get away from all these strings. Whew. So, yeah. The only thing that sucks about this shirt is there's no chest pocket. It's like, where do I put my pen? I don't want it in my pocket. I guess I could put it here. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not eating out every day. Only on Sundays. Diet-wise, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not eating cake every day and ice cream every day like I was. I got into quite the rut. I'm back into wearing my shorts that fit me. Now they do fit me comfortably. Because, it got to the point where they were way too tight. So that's yeah. So, they're going through. Some people are just not good at keeping distance. Sometimes you're backing up and they're still going forward. It's like, man, just mind your freaking space, man. I'm pretty careful, but, there's germs everywhere. At least I don't have a fever. At least I don't have diarrhea like I did a month ago. God, that sucked. But this has lasted a while. I thought it was because of the air quality with the fires. But, yeah. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm always thinking, but at least when you think and you can catch yourself, like being angry about things, about like the past, at least then I'm aware of it. And then I can be like, you gotta just let things go. Then that helps freaking get off the hook of that. Because it seems like it's like you want to be like, I don't know, it's not like it's purposeful to be fired up about something. But cognitively, you can fucking latch on to something that's not right and then get fired up over it. So then it's like you can let that thought go and then not bait yourself into being angry and being like resentful. And that's kind of, I guess, the metacognition of it, I guess. I don't know. Thinking about thinking, I guess, right? To help yourself or help myself. I'm talking about myself. Yeah. With resentment issues. Yeah, it gets in my way of trusting people, committing to people, because, yeah, I'm thinking about, going back to Massachusetts, I'm like, I'm freaking yin-yang, freaking best of both worlds, right? I mean, it's kind of like my heart's over there, but yeah, I like it here. And, I mean, I don't hate anybody here. I don't have issues with anybody here. But yet, yeah, I don't know, man. I checked my credit, right, points-wise. So, I'm not going to use it. But I'm at 667. It's just surprising. And payment history, it says 0. So, I mean, I'm not going to use it, but you know what I mean. It's like, logically, I can't be. I need to be like where I was. I need to live on my own. I mean, I buy my own food, you know what I mean? And I pay where I live. So it's not the same, it's, talk about resentment. I've had somebody call me a piece of shit because I'm like living with my father, you know what I mean? So it's because of what they're thinking. They think I'm not paying anything and that I'm a piece of shit who's just living there for free. To be explicitly called a piece of shit, you know what I mean? Kind of rub me a little raw, a little bit around, you know what I mean? It's just, people, it's like, man. But, yeah, I don't have any issue about that, but I'm just like an independent kind of guy, you know what I mean? It's just, and I know in Massachusetts, like the place that I was in Holyoke was perfect. I had an electric bill. It was electric heat. It was a brand new apartment, a perfect size for me. And the manager was really nice, and she liked me. Not like that, but And everything with the internet and the electric was under $1,000. Looking back at that, that was a perfect situation. Under $1,000. That, you know, it's just really, it was a good situation. The location of it was good because I wasn't in the city. I was in the outskirts. So it's not like you have to worry about people breaking into your cars. I had a dumpster. That's one good thing about an apartment complex. You know, having a dumpster. I mean, that is a freaking luxury, dude. Your own parking spot in front. I had the stranger cat that would come freaking. Yeah, but then it was gone during the day. You know what I mean? It wasn't my cat, but yeah, it typically was. It would wait for me and freaking follow me around. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool. Perfect cat. Yeah, it wasn't in the house only when I was in the house. So then it would leave when I left. You know what I mean? It was a perfect freaking, and it came and knocked on me out at my door for no reason at all. You know, repeatedly. It was crazy. It was weird how the cat just like, you know, picked my door. But then I noticed later it was meowing at other people's doors too. So it's what a cat does. They freaking just like, whoever will pet it, I guess. I don't know. Give it food. I ended up giving it food, and that's how it survived. Now I found out that the owner lives there, and it went, and so I guess it was being with the owner, and I guess the owner didn't give a shit. I don't know. It was weird. The owner was like, I don't know. It was weird. The manager said that, yeah, I don't know. It was weird. They didn't know who the cat belonged to, but I guess it belonged to someone in there and it went back. Cats are kind of like that way. It's like, I'm not disloyal, but, you know, I can go out on my own, and then I'll come back to you whenever I choose, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Poor cat had a lot of ticks, though, because I remember being on my phone as the cat was on the bed with me and seeing a tick crawl across the screen. So obviously the cat was living outdoors when it's riddled with freaking ticks. And I was like, shit, man, I'm going to get Lyme disease, dude. This freaking cat has ticks, you know. Yeah. Maybe that's the reason why the cat was always hungry all the time, even though it ate. And it was kind of weird at the end. It liked me still. But yeah, all of a sudden, it was weird. You know, yeah. It's freaking weird. All of a sudden, the cat was like, meow. It was fucking strange. And for no reason. I'm like, hey, dude, don't worry. And then I would open the door, you can leave. And then it wouldn't. It was just freaking weird. Yeah. It was acting as if there was a fucking ghost in the place or something. It was strange, you know. But then I remember leaving. It followed me. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, that was a good place. For under $1,000, the freedom of that is that I wouldn't need. Obviously, I want to make more than $20 an hour, you know, but at that price, to have the internet and the heat, and that was the most expensive time, like in February, when it was the coldest. You could have a different job. I could have driven for Uber by itself and paid the rent. You know, when I moved to North Adams, you know, with everything, it was like $1,900. The gas bill was 300 something, and I didn't have the heat on at all. Like 65 max. It was insane how high it was, and I don't have the heat on. So I was like, what the hell's going on with that? It's freaking crazy. So, you know, when you have rent that's high, it puts you at a state of risk. And definitely in California, I'm not, you know, what I'm paying the car and the insurance and the phone bill. It's cheaper, but there's no way to have a place here. when the average place, probably the cheapest place you can get, it's probably like 1,600 or something. And that's before bills. So, I mean, what the heck you gonna do? And I'm not on an opt. And the supervisor, he knows that I do good work, so he uses me to double case. But without that, I'd be starting at 10 o'clock, and that's 1,400 every other week, rather than the 1,900 that I got used to this last couple. So, just don't make enough money. So, logically, I gotta go back to Massachusetts to be able to live a life. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. I don't know. So, probably I'll get converted. I'll pay off the car. And maybe then I'll transfer. I'll apply for a position in the post office as a regular in Massachusetts. And perhaps, since the person that manages the apartment knows me in my track record and how I left the place in good condition, then I might not have to worry so much about the bankruptcy on my record to get a place. 'Cause that's another thing that might affect you. So that might be like a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years down the road. And then probably never going back to California. I mean, I just can't keep on going back and forth. This is a cake place to carry mail, though. I'm telling you, this Irvine's the place to carry mail, man. I mean, the weather here, you're never in the rain. It's nice to walk around on flat ground. It's good here. It's freaking cake here. Yeah, this is the place to carry mail. I mean, of course, you don't want to be like Santa Ana. There's places around here that'll be bad. But this town, Irvine, is freaking, it's a cake place. So, it is what it is. So, gotta find permanence somewhere. I guess settle down somewhere. I don't know. But the goddamn wintertime. But I need to be by myself. Just that kind of person. I'm not like crying about the people I'm living with. You know what I mean? I don't have any issues. But I like having my own space, and that's my responsibility to, be in my own space. And do that. And then, that's my responsibility. That's the way it is. I'm sitting bitching about fucking, like, damn, dude. I have my own space. And if I could have my own space affordably here, I probably would stay here, but you just can't do it. It's insane. The prices here. It's crazy. You're talking like $4,500 for an average place here. It's freaking, you gotta be rich to be here. And even in offskirts in the shitvilles, it's $2,000. You know what I mean? It's expensive. And then you're dealing with a roommate situation. And then that's where, just, man, I don't want to be in a roommate situation. You don't know who you're living with. Then I'm in the same situation I'm in. And the people I'm living with now are nice. You're living with people you don't know how nice they are. You know what I mean? Especially with petty people. I can't do petty people that complain. I'm a laid back guy. I tolerate things. I don't know. It is what it is. So, got tomorrow off. Back on my bike. So, not spending money every day. Other than Starbucks. But bringing my own cup, I get 30 points a day. I'm not perfect. It's the routine. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.